Hi, my name is Daniela. Me and my husband met in high school. We got married pretty young. Our relationship was actually great. We, got busy with work, him trying to take care of, his family, me as well, my children. Things kind of started getting rocky at that time. His mindset was more, just working and, just being focused on that and just, being the provider for the home. While I was like, I need love, I need attention, I need affection. I'm here. I just felt really lonely. Even though I had him there, I felt lonely. I opened the door, to other people to give me the attention, other people to give me the affection. I opened the door to infidelity. It wasn't until, it got so bad and I was so far into it that I realized, what did I open the door to? What did I allow myself to fall into? He asked me and I just continued to want to deny it because I didn't want to hurt him. But I had to tell him. And I did. And at that moment, I felt that we had hit rock bottom. I remember that day where he found out, he just left, and I just felt like he was just going to go and just bash my name. And I told him, where are you going? Like, please don't, bash my name. And he just came out and said, don't worry, honey. Everything's gonna be fine. And I couldn't understand. Where did he find this peace? Our marriage had hit such rock bottom that even when he sat down with me and started saying to me, start writing down the things that you want to keep. I remember crying inside because I always loved him and I always wanted him just to be the man that I wanted him to be. But my mistake was to have given up on God. My mistake was to allow that open door for the enemy. In that moment, I remember that we were literally on the brinks of divorce. But God intervened. And He did not allow that to happen. He came back home and he said, babe, everything's gonna be fine. God is gonna help us through this situation. There was a lot of lack of trust. Everything was broken in our marriage. Everything. It was the hardest time of our lives. But we knew that we had to place God in our center again.
I remember when I spoke to my wife and she admitted to it. I felt like the world was to an end. I couldn't believe it. And I remember asking God, I said, why, God? Why? And God spoke to my spirit saying, now you know how I feel, betrayed. And that moment on, I told God that to forgive me because I didn't keep Him center of my life and my family life. And then from that day on, God started showing me to take leadership at the house. Then I remember getting the family together and sitting at the dinner table and getting into God's word And God would just speak to us, and He would guide us every step. And I remember looking back into my life, going to work, working hard, have my own business, still have the business, and just focusing on the business, and didn't realize that I was leaving my family behind. And God started showing me things that I needed to put in priority. And God showed me that I had to fight for my marriage and for my kids. I remember that day when I pulled in the parking lot, and I was going to see the attorney for the divorce paper. And remember God speaking into my spirit that you need to fight for your marriage. And it was hard for me. But I told God, okay, you're going to have to guide me every step on it. And from that day on, God's been faithful. And He has strengthened us, and He has healed our marriage. Even though the pain was so real, it was a process, and it was a healing point, but God was faithful. He was just constantly showing me and talking to me, and He was guiding every footstep of mine. And God is faithful. If you put God in the center of your marriage, He could heal anything. If there's any marriage out there that think that God cannot heal, you can look at ours, because God is faithful. And I'm telling you, if you put God in the center of it, He will heal your marriage.
And He will restore it.
Amen.
And here we are, 18 years of marriage, happily 18 years. And we're excited for the journey that God is going to continue to do in us. We have 3 beautiful kids, 2 boys, 18 and 15, 1 daughter, 6 years old. And we're just excited because God has just done such a restoration in this marriage. And my parents and even his parents have 40-something years of marriage, and they have showed us their beautiful example of what a marriage is. And here we are.
And God is faithful. So believe in Him and put Him in the center. I guarantee you, He'll come through.